I put everything Elon Musk owns onto one map. Every company, who controls it, and where the money really moves. And the second I saw it all on one screen, something jumped out that no headline shows you. The money only bends one way. It flows toward a single point, and one piece of the empire quietly pays for all the others. I've covered these companies on my channel for almost 3 months, and I still never saw the shape until I drew it myself. I redid it twice to make sure. The strongest empire on earth is not built to last. It is built to come apart. And I have seen this exact shape before. It belonged to the most valuable company in the world. Today, that company does not exist in one piece. In this video, we follow the money through that whole map, one part at a time, and find the single piece everything is balanced on. You see, out of everything Elon owns, one product does almost all the earnings. And it is not the rockets. It is Starlink, the internet beamed down from satellites. In 2025, Starlink brought in $11.4 billion. That is 61% of all the money SpaceX made. And it kept $4.4 billion of that as profit, up about 120% from 2024. Hold that one number. Everything else you are about to see leans on it. Now look at what it is carrying. The rocket business. The part that made SpaceX famous made $4.1 billion in 2025 and still lost money. It poured $3 billion into Starship, the giant rocket that has not flown one paying mission yet. Then there is the AI bet. It made $3.2 billion. It lost $6.4 billion. The thing is, for every dollar that part earned, it lost 2. Think of a building held up by one load-bearing wall. You can stack as many floors on top as you want, but every one of them rests on that single wall. Starlink is that wall. The rockets, the AI, all of it sits on the internet money. But that wall is quietly getting thinner. When Starlink had fewer users, each one paid about $99 a month. Today, with 10.3 million users, the average is $66. More customers, less from each one. And how many leave every month? They will not tell you. One wall holding up everything, and the price on that wall keeps dropping. Are you still with me? Because this is what that $2 trillion price tag is actually standing on. So there is SpaceX. But the map does not stop there. Elon controls more. Tesla is the one part that stands on its own 2 feet. It sells electric cars, it runs full self-driving and a growing robotaxi service. And it builds energy storage, the batteries for homes and the grid. Quietly its fastest growing business. Tesla makes real money on its own. But Tesla is wired into the rest. In January 2026, Tesla's shareholders approved a $2 billion to go into an AI company. By February, SpaceX had absorbed that company. So that stake turned into SpaceX shares. If you hold Tesla today, a slice of your money now sits inside SpaceX too. Then 2 more, both private, both closed off to you. The Boring Company digs transit tunnels under cities. Neuralink puts computer chips inside human brains. Real ambition in both. But neither earns real money yet, and you cannot buy a share of either one. 4 names on one map, and the money keeps bending toward the same point. Now, who else is feeding all this? Anthropic pays $1.25 billion a month, Google pays $920 million a month. Together, that is about $26 billion a year flowing from his competitor straight into his AI bet. Sounds great, right? But both of those deals can be cancelled on 90 days notice. The single biggest source of outside money holding up the AI number can walk in 3 months. And the empire keeps buying. On June 16, 2026, 4 days after the biggest stock market debut in history, SpaceX agreed to buy a coding app called Cursor for $60 billion. A rocket company spending $60 billion on software that helps people write code. And it paid in its own stock, So the people who had just bought into SpaceX, they paid for it. There is a name for this. An investor named Peter Lynch spent his whole career watching companies do exactly this. He called it diversification. A company that is great at one thing, buying up things it has no business owning. In everything he watched, it almost never ended well. So tell me below, do you think Elon will keep adding more bubbles under his empire? I read the replies. And if the map is making this clearer, give it a like. It helps the video reach the next person trying to work out what they are buying. So now we have the whole shape. One wall holding up a sprawling empire that keeps buying more. And the question I could not shake is simple. How does a shape like this usually end? There was a company built exactly like this. One engine quietly carrying everything else. In the year 2000, it was the most valuable company in America. Its name was General Electric. GE made jet engines, light bulbs, and power plants. But the thing actually holding it all up was its finance arm, GE Capital. That one piece generated the easy money that made every other part look healthy. Sound familiar? One part carrying the rest. Then 2008 came. The financial crisis hit and that engine stopped. GE survived, but barely and only with a government backstop. The damage never really healed. Years later, from 2017 to 2018, it all caught up, and the stock fell about 75%. In June 2018, GE was thrown off the Dow Jones, the list of America's top companies, after sitting on it since 1907. And by 2024, the company once worth more than any other in America had been cut into 3 separate pieces. The most valuable company in the country, taken apart piece by piece. And this is not one story I picked because it fits. 2 finance professors, Philip Berger and Eli Offek, studied a huge group of companies that had spread across many businesses like that. They published it in 1995. Those sprawling companies were worth about 13 to 15% less than their parts added up to on their own. The spreading did not build value, it quietly drained it. So there is one ending, but I have to be honest about the other one, because one company ran this exact play and won. Amazon. For years, people called it the online store that could not turn a profit. But underneath, one part, its cloud computing arm, was quietly minting money and paying for everything else. In 2024, that one part earned about $40 billion. That was nearly 60% of the Amazon's entire profit, on less than a fifth of its sales. The people who only saw the retail losses missed one of the greatest builds in history. And the case for Elon is real. If you had bet against the way this man moves money, you would have lost. After his 2018 Tesla pay deal, the stock went up about 17 times. He delivered things that sound impossible for a living. Same shape, 2 endings. The whole game is telling which one you are looking at. And this is bigger than one stock. Every time a number this size lands in your feed, you are being asked to trust it before you understand it. The rocket is the easy part to see. The shape is the part that decides everything. So, which ending are you buying? I cannot answer that one for you, but I built the map so you can see the whole shape yourself. Every company, who owns what, and where the money bends. It is free and the link is in the description. Go open it and decide for yourself which ending you are looking at.